leave. You have to get out of here.
Hold on.
Come on. Someone coming.
Look. Banker. We just came to his wife. Stop.
Hey, what's going on here? God. Jesus Christ. He's dead.
Mr. Sean Williams?
Yes.
We're members of the London Metropolitan Police Department. We're here to talk to you about an incident that happened last night.
Of course, come on in.
So, last night, a man was attacked and killed on Richmond Street. Would you like to tell us what you were doing yesterday around 9:30 p.m.?
You don't honestly think it was me, do you?
Just answer the question, Williams.
Why? I didn't do anything.
Look here, we're just doing our job.
No, it was me.
That's it. You're under arrest for the murder of Jason Wilson.
I didn't do anything.
Now come quietly, or you and my little friend will be getting acquainted.
Okay, I'll go.
Read him his rights.
You have the right to remain silent. If you give up that right, anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to a barrister. If you do not have a barrister, the state will appoint you one at no cost yourself. Do you understand your rights, Mr. Williams?
I do.
Take him away.
The hell are we doing in the police station? I haven't done anything wrong.
Sit down, you piece of shit. Enough of your sniveling.
So much for innocent until proven guilty.
So, Williams, what exactly were you doing in the alley on that night?
I know my rights. I don't have to say anything without my lawyer present.
That's the problem with you criminals. You all know your rights.
Richard, thank God.
Who are you?
I'm the lawyer for the accused, Richard Dawson. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like some time alone with my client.
Yeah, whatever.
You don't look so good. Do you want a coffee?
Please.
Can I get a cup of coffee in here? So, you want to tell me what happened?
Okay. Well, I was coming home from work and I just stopped with the boss for a couple of drinks and then...
But slow down, okay? Just take it easy. Start again.
Okay. Well, I stopped off at Bob's for a couple of drinks. My shift ended at around 8 p.m. I probably left at maybe around 9. I was running late, so I took a shortcut past City Hall and I saw 2 guys dragging the body on the third one on the ground. I shouted at them and they ran off.
But did you go near the body?
Well, like any decent citizen, I wanted to check if he was okay. I checked his pulse, but he was dead.
But why didn't you call the police or an ambulance or something?
Look, I panicked. I don't know, what would you have done?
Well, it doesn't matter what I would do. It's you that's in this fix. They'll find signs of you at the crime scene, and the fact that you ran away makes it easy to convict you and...
Look, I wasn't thinking straight. I just wanted to be as far away from there as possible. It's not like I could have helped him anymore. He was dead.
Well, that doesn't matter. Your fingerprints are all over the crime scene, and the fact that you ran away without calling anyone just makes you look guilty.
Look, please just promise me one thing.
What?
Get me the hell out of here.
Where the hell is that coffee, for Christ's sake?
So, Dick, what poor, sad case have you got yourself with this time, huh?
My name, Paula, is Richard, and this is no sad case. I've heard his side of the story. He is completely innocent. He will win his case.
Sure. We're all innocent in your eyes. But this kid's going down. All the evidence goes against him. Really, Rich? Good luck. No.
Don't worry, Sean. I'll get you out of this.
Alright, the Honourable J. Daniels.
The case before us is one of the most serious of consideration. The accused, Sean Williams, is charged with the murder of Jason Wilson on the night of the 22nd of October. Prosecution, would you like to make an opening statement?
I would, Your Honour. On the night of 22nd October last, Mr. Jason Wilson was walking home and he was attacked and killed on Richmond Street. All the evidence points to this man in front of you, Mr. Sean Williams. Today, I hope to prove this court that this man is a monster and deserves to be imprisoned for his crimes against humanity and society. Thank you, Your Honour.
Mr. Dawson, an opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honour. This court here today was called to determine if my client Sean Williams is a murderer. I say he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He isn't a man to murder anyone, and I hope to prove that before the end of this court case.
Prosecution, would you like to call your first witness?
Thank you, Your Honour. I'd like to call stand the Crown Pathologist, the esteemed Dr. Joan McMahon.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Good day, Ms. McMahon. How long have you been Crown Pathologist now?
10 years next month.
And could you relate to the court what you found on examining the dead body?
Yes, of course. I arrived at the scene at around 10:15 p.m. and immediately examined the body. I found bruising around the victim's neck, and I concluded that the cause of death was strangulation. This was proven by further tests in my lab. I also found that the victim had suffered a heavy blow to the back of the head caused by a blunt instrument. The time of death I concluded to be around 9:30 p.m.
Okay, but did you find any fingerprints at the scene?
As Crown Pathologist, my job is not to find such forensic details. However, I do believe that samples of the victim's hair, skin, and blood were found on the accused, and that the accused's fingerprints were on the victim's windpipe.
Thank you very much. No further questions, Your Honour.
Mr. Dawson, your witness.
No questions, Your Honour.
You may stand up.
Thank you, Your Honour.
Very well. Ms. Robinson, please call your next witness. Ms. Robinson, please call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honour. I'd like to call stand the Chief of Forensic of London Metropole Police Department, Professor Lee Harwood.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
So, Professor, could you relate to the court what you examined at the crime scene on the night in question?
On arriving at the crime scene, it was obvious that violent struggle had taken place in the alleyway. Mr. Wilson was the unfortunate victim of Sean Williams' apparent anger and had appeared to be struck in the head with a blunt instrument and dragged the length of the alley.
I object, Your Honour. This court has not determined my client guilty.
Sustained. Rephrase your summation, Professor.
I use my words advisedly, Your Honour, because in examination of the defendant we recovered fabric from the deceased man's clothes, hair follicles and bloodstains underneath his fingernails.
So, what are you saying exactly, Professor?
Well, simply put, he did it.
No further questions, Your Honour. Thank you, Professor.
Mr. Dawson, you may cross-examine the witness.
So, Professor, you said that in your examination you found the victim had been struck a blow to the back of the head. Was any weapon found?
Quite clearly, there was a fresh contusion between the base of the victim's right ear and his anterior skull cavity. But unfortunately, no weapon has been located as of yet.
Without a weapon, surely any prosecution will be flawed, Professor.
Concealment of a weapon is a very easy task, and for abounding the mere technicalities of this sort, then mass murders would still be walking the streets. In my professional opinion, the forensic evidence is overwhelmingly stacked against the defendant.
No further questions, Your Honor.
You may step down, Professor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Call any further witness?
I would, Your Honour. I'd like to call Tom O'Hara to the stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
So help me God, boy!
Now, Mr. O'Hara, could you relate to the court what you witnessed on the night in question?
Well, I got a boxer named Joey and we like to go for a walk every night. Oh yeah, you gotta see the way he is!
Just stick to the facts, please, Mr. O'Hara. What happened on the night in question?
Joey and I were on our way home after a long walk. Eventually, a black figure came out of nowhere and shot away like a bullet in the dark. So we went into the alleyway and in the distance looked like some kind of lump. So we got closer and it turned out to be an unconscious man. I checked his pulse and Joey started breathing like mad!
Okay.
And so, instantaneously, I called the police
Okay.
and the paramedics!
Okay, thank you, Mr. O'Hara. Thank you. Did you get a good look at the assailant?
Yes, I saw him run away.
Okay, but would you be able to identify him?
Indeed. It's him.
Thank you, Tom. No further questions, Your Honour.
Mr. Dawson.
So, Mr. O'Hara, do you wear glasses?
Yes, I wear glasses.
Were you wearing your glasses on the night in question?
No, I wasn't, but I can still see really well without them.
I beg to differ, Mr. O'Hara. I have here a copy of your driver's license, and it states that you require glasses for driving. So I put you can't be 100% sure that this is the man.
Oh, I'm 200% sure that it was the man. Sean and I have been great friends and next door neighbours for a couple of decades. He was also the captain of a football team back at King's College. I'm sorry, Mike. I love you, and I never wanted to do this, but there was no other way. No hard feelings.
No further questions, Your Honour.
You may stand down. Do you wish to call any more witnesses, Miss Robinson?
No, thank you, Your Honour.
Very well. Mr. Dawson, would you like to call your first witness?
I would, Your Honour, as my first witness, I would like to call Miss Ava Rossi to the stand.
Very well. Mr. Dawson, would you like to call your first witness?
I would, Your Honour, as my first witness, I would like to call Miss Ava Rossi to the stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
So, could you relate to the court what you witnessed on the night in question?
On that night, I was returning home from a night out with the guests. When I was passing outside City Hall, and I heard something in Richmond Street. I was curious, so I went to investigate. And I heard a shout. And I saw two men running away from the scene. They seemed to be getting a weapon. I drew closer to Richmond Street, and I saw a man bent down over a crumbled heap on the ground. I realized that the heap on the ground was a body. He was too far away from me told me exactly what he was doing. He got up quickly and ran away. Then I just phoned the police.
But did you see Mr. Williams kill Mr. Wilson?
No.
Was Mr. Williams carrying a weapon of some sort?
No, definitely no.
But these men were.
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Miss Robinson, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, I would, Your Honor. Miss Rossi, based on these two men you allegedly saw, did they have anything to do with the attack?
Well, I'm guessing.
No, Miss Rossi. Your guesses do not determine what happened in this court. Did you see these two men attack Mr. Wilson?
No, I didn't.
So maybe they just fled the scene like Mr. Sean Williams did?
Yes, I suppose.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Very well, you may stand down. Would you like to call any other witnesses, Mr. Dawson?
Your Honor, I have but one more witness, Mr. Sean Williams.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, so help me God.
Sir, could you relate to the court what you witnessed on the night of October 22nd?
I was returning home from work when I saw two men dragging the body of a third along the ground. I shouted at them and they ran off. I tried to chase them but they got away. Then I went up to the body and I checked his pulse.
Was he dead?
Yes.
Oh, did you kill him?
No.
Very well. Your Honor, I rest my case.
Very well, Mr. Dawson. Miss Robinson, would you like to cross-examine the defendant?
Yes, I would, Your Honor. Mr. Williams, if you're so innocent as we're led to believe, just answer me one simple question. Why did you flee the scene?
I guess I was in shock.
That's hard to believe for a man that puts out burning buildings for a living.
It's true. But it had been a long day. I was tired. I wasn't thinking straight.
And at what time did you finish it?
Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
Objection, overruled.
But this is relevant. This is so highly relevant. Could you please answer the question?
Much at the end of 8 p.m.
The estimated time of death was 9:30 p.m. That gives 90 minutes unaccounted for. Where were you for those missing 90 minutes?
I stopped with the bobs for a couple of drinks.
A couple. A couple in dictionaries defined as two. Are you saying you had 2 drinks that night?
It could have been 3, I don't remember exactly.
Mr. Williams, the state does do its homework. You actually had 6 drinks that night. How can we believe anything you tell us?
Objection, Your Honor. The prosecution is bantering the defendant.
Objection sustained. Get to the point, Miss Robinson.
Is there a particular reason you had a couple of drinks that night?
No, not particularly.
You're not suffering from depression, are you?
No, of course not.
Would you say your shirt's well ironed?
Oh, Your Honor, this is irrelevant. No.
Get to the point, Miss Robinson.
Would you say your shirt is well ironed?
No.
You're a respectable man. When you have an ironed shirt for such a formal occasion?
Well, my wife used to do it.
Used to. What? Was there a row?
We're divorced.
And how long have you been divorced now?
2 months.
So, you were angry, upset, depressed at your plight. Were you angry on that night, Mr. Williams?
I may have been upset. She'd not even gone a
Were you
full...
angry enough to kill someone?
Objection! Overruled!
Your Honor, it all adds up. The defendant, mentally crippled by his recent divorce, fueled by a 12-hour shift and 6 high-strength lagers, came across the unfortunate victim, Mr. Jason Wilson, a good, clean-living man, rushing home to his wife and kids. There was nothing he could have done at the hands of this excuse of a human being. You may step down. Sorry.
Would you like to sum up, Mr. Dawson?
I would, Your Honor. It seems quite apparent to me that my client, Sean Williams, is a victim of circumstances. He has had a job laden with honors. He risks his life for others. He would never murder anyone. So, if you have any shred of doubt in your mind to find this man not guilty, or a serious travesty will occur, I thank Your Honor. I rest my case.
Miss Robinson.
Your Honor, this monster has killed a poor innocent man on our own public streets. If we cannot walk freely on our own streets, what is the point of this country of ours? Your Honor, I ask you to take a look out into the courtroom. This monster has made an orphan of this man's children, made a widow of his wife, and all we can do now is lock him away and hope that decent people can breathe safely again. I rest my case.
That concludes the witnesses' testimonies. I will now retire to consider a verdict.
All rise. All rise.
After much thought and deliberation, after weighing up all the evidence and all the statements, I have come to a decision. Will the defendants please rise? Sean Williams, on the charge of the murder of Jason Wilson, I find you guilty. I sentence you to 25 years in a maximum security prison. Bailiff, take the prisoner down.
No. Richard, please.
Complain, Mr. Williams.
I didn't do anything. Please, Richard. No.
Aw, don't be so sad, Rich. You'll probably win someday. Not against me, though. Poor lad. Always knew he was innocent, but, someone's got to take the blame. It's all about winning and losing, and today I win and you'll always lose. Anyway, good luck.
God help me.
So, yesterday, a man was attacked and killed on Richmond Street. Would you like to tell us what you were doing last night? I ran back the fuck outside. Who are you?
I'm the lawyer for the accused, Richard Dawson. Now, if you don't mind...
Sorry.